And with this recording in progress and having done a natural transition, I'll get Satya on board. I'll put you on spotlight and take it over from here.
Hey, thanks, Aniket. Really appreciate you hosting this, and warm welcome to all the book lovers, book readers here. I really appreciate you joining us on a Sunday afternoon. Um, um, so, as you know, like this is the second of the series of workshop that we are conducting. How to take visual notes, how to take visuals, how to create visuals, so that you can enhance your learning, make a better comprehension, you can understand it better, and also storage for future purposes. And let me start the presentation itself. Uh, Aniket, can you enable me to share the screen if you don't mind? Yeah.
I've just done that.
Thanks, man. So yeah, so I've made this presentation just for all of us. So yeah, so I'm calling this workshop as Visual Genius. So how you can bring the visual genius within you to help you transform your learning and also elevate your engagement. If you're communicating that visual with an audience, it could be on social media, it could be a presentation, it could be a presentation you're making to your team, to a boss, or a potential funder, etc., etc. So that's the point of the workshop here. And the learning outcome, what you will learn is that first thing, as always, what is this concept of visuals? So there are various ways that you can take notes, and one of those ways of taking notes is taking visual notes. So I call that visual genius way of taking notes. So we will learn about that, and particularly I'll be talking about two separate tools. One is Canva and the second one is YVisuals. YVisual is an app that I created with another co-founder. So I'll be talking about that also, how you can use those tools to create such visual notes very quickly, very easily. You don't have to be a graphic designer, etc., etc. And hopefully we will also use this as an opportunity to continue our 30 visuals challenges. So every day you can use this lessons that you want to learn. So what is the use of learning if you don't apply it, right? And the best way to learn something better is to actually practice it. Okay, there is nothing called perfection. So my suggestion is that take half an hour every day, whatever book you are reading, whatever notes that you are taking, use whatever that you are learning today and apply it actually practically, and you start taking visual notes as part of your various note taking processes. So I hope this session would help you grasp those tips and tricks for you. And why should I take visual notes? So my thing is that it'll help better communicate your ideas to an audience. So the first, this one is better communication. The second obvious reason, which I believe most of you would be interested, is that it'll enhance your learning. Okay, it's not a replacement for your current way of learning, but what I would suggest you is that add a bit of visual notes to your current learning processes as well. So that is my suggestion. And obviously it'll increase your comprehension, it'll help you retain better. More importantly, when you come back and refer, so many times we take notes and we let it dry, right? But if you take visual notes, you can come back, the retrieval is easier, and more importantly, it's actually a fun way of taking notes. So that's the point of this workshop. I hope you would learn something from it. Okay, again, I just wanted to break a mindset myth. Many times people think that if you want to take notes,
अभी मुंह धोने तक तो नहीं जा सकती ना गोपी.
Deepthi, if you don't mind, can you mute yourself? Yeah, thank you. Many people assume that, hey, Satya, look at this. You're asking me to take visual notes. I can't draw. I can't. I'm not a visual thinker. I'm not a visual learner. How would I take visual notes? I think that's actually a very, very big myth. We assume that there is only a certain people of set of people who can take visual, think visual, learn visually, etc., etc. I actually sort of disagree with that. I don't draw. I can't draw, and I most of the time use the visual library that is available in tools like Canva, Figma, etc., etc. So the visual library is already existing. The point is that the intention. would it help me to increase my understanding? Would it help me to better my communication? So that is the intention. You don't have to draw. You don't have to learn how learn even to draw. In fact, I'm not going to teach you to draw. I'm going to teach you how to take visual notes for better understanding. That's the point of it. Let me prove it to you. Okay, let's play this little game. Okay, as I said, visual learning, visual thinking, it's not something new, it's not something odd or alien. Actually, in fact, it is a very, very common thing. In fact, a lot of people are already learning visually, already being inducted visually. So let us see whether or not. Okay, the first game of this thing is that ikigai. Okay, if I tell you this word ikigai, what does it remind you of? Can you put it in the chat if you don't mind? If I tell you the word ikigai, what does it? I'm sure it'll conjure up an image. If I say ikigai, it'll conjure up an image, very particular type of an image. Can you put it in the chat, please? It's also a brilliant book. Book, image of a tree. Exactly, exactly. Practice. Exactly, exactly. You're almost there. There's a type of an image that'll, when you think of ikigai, that'll pop in your head. And this is it. Yes, consistent. Exactly. So this is the concept of ikigai, right? So it's basically a Venn diagram. Yeah, Japanese culture, actually taken from Japanese culture. Correct, correct, Aziz. So it talks about how you can find your career passion, your creative passion, which is at the intersection of these three ideas. Okay, I'm not going to go into this. So the three ideas, and it's actually a Venn diagram, and the concept of ikigai has been conveyed via this Venn diagram. Okay, let's go to another one. I think many of you are project managers, etc., etc. I believe if I say Eisenhower matrix, it's a productivity principle. What does this idea, what is the type of an image that this idea would conjure up? Have you heard of Eisenhower matrix? Okay, it's popularized by a wonderful writer and coach called Stephen Covey in his brilliant book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay, it's actually an image. So Eisenhower matrix. Can you put it in the chat if you don't mind? What is the image it will conjure up? It's a productivity principle, and it'll help you to prioritize your tasks. Any idea, any suggestion? Anything goes. So it's the concept of this one. Exactly. Aniket Rai is. Oh, okay. No issues. No issues. Aniket is spot on. So it's basically 4 quadrant way of prioritizing the task, urgent versus important. What is urgent? What is important? And basically, he tells Stephen Covey talks about how you can actually use this template uh, on prioritizing on various tasks. So basically, he says that you should prioritize tasks which are important but not urgent. Okay, that's the task that will have higher impact on your work or career or life, basically. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, let's give another try. Okay, third one. I believe this many of you might have known. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Have you heard of this idea? This is again interestingly represented in a visual manner. Okay, what is that visual? Have you heard of it? Have you seen it? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Anything goes. Like, it's a concept from psychology. It talks about various needs, and it's actually represented in this beautiful pyramid structure. Exactly, Himangi. Exactly, Himangini. Sorry, it's perfect. You're spot on. So basically, this concept itself is represented in a pyramid structure. Okay, I'm not an expert in the concept itself, But what I'm suggesting is that such abstract, such high level concept thoughts can be represented visually. Okay, that's the beauty of this. You can represent such abstract thoughts in such a visual manner, and you don't have to be a graphic designer. You don't have to think long. Like, I'm going to show you visual frameworks, how you can use them to visualize and create such visual notes very quickly, very easily, so that it can become part of your note-taking process. So that's the idea behind it. I got few more examples as well. So this is from another brilliant visual creator called Jack Butcher. He runs a company and a brand called Visualize Value. It's a fantastic visual. Okay. Yes, I have created this entire presentation on Canva, and so can you see this visual? What do you think of this visual? What is your interpretation of it? Visual. So, what do you think it is? It's one of my favorite visuals. You miss the shots you don't take, exactly. So basically, it's a bullseye. So there are two bullseyes, and on the left hand side, even if you take the shot and if you miss it, that is okay. But if you don't take a shot at all, you're a failure. Okay. Okay. So like Aniket rightly pointed out, you just simply miss the shots you don't take. You just have to take it. Just like you have to, even if you haven't read it or something like that, please feel free to post your thoughts. And if you're comfortable saying it in audio, please say it in audio also. It doesn't so let's make it far more interactive and learn from it. Okay. So this is this one. Okay. And you can see I have actually tagged it as 2 panels also. I'll come back to it, but just note that. Okay. And the next one, okay, we all know this fellow. So his name is James Clear, and he has written this famous, now infamous book called Atomic Habits. Not many people realize that actually James Clear uses a lot of visuals to convey his conceptual concepts, codes, ideas, etc., etc. It is available on his blog. It is also available in his books. Every chapter, if you look at it, has a small little visual, and he has himself drawn those visuals. And this is one of those visuals, right? The classic 1%, 1% better every day. Okay, so this is another visual. And this is another visual from one of my favorite visual creator. Her name is Jessica Hagee. And in fact, she doesn't even use any software. Okay, Jessica Hagee. She simply draws it on her notebook. As you can see, it's actually on a notebook. And she scans it, takes a photograph, scans it and puts it up. And she's a TEDx speaker, 4 times best-selling book author. She makes this really, really cute, wonderful visual simply by hand drawing. Okay, so every day is a learning, and it's a pie chart way of representing an idea. It's not data visualization, but she uses pie chart in a very interesting way. Another one, this is another person. Her name is Irina Block. I'm going to zoom it so that I think this is actually a perfect visual for this workshop, right? You don't have to perfect the art of visualizing as long as you're making progress, creating visuals every other day, and you can that is far more important than actually arriving at perfection. In fact, there is nothing called perfection. It's about progress. So that's the idea behind it. And finally, last thing, from Janice Ozolins. He's a good friend. We were actually part of a course together. Now he does visuals as a service for big shots like Shan Puri, Naval Ravikant, Matt Diavella. So he creates such beautiful visuals for their concepts as a service. Okay, if you can't do big things, do small things in a great way. So that is what Aniket is trying to do, I believe. So create visuals, one small visuals every day. Okay, that's the idea behind it. So this is compare. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through another thing here. So if you can see, these visuals are not like a graphic designing masterpieces. They are simple, hand-drawn even many times visuals, and they are using simple frameworks. Here, the framework that is being used is a Venn diagram, and everybody knows a Venn diagram. And here it is a 2x2 matrix. Again, 2x2 matrix, we often use it for our prioritization, Portal's marketing theory, whatnot. SWOT analysis is actually a 2x2 matrix. So there is a lot of 2x2 matrix we are already using existing. It's an, again, visual framework of it. Pyramid apparently is another way of representing information. This is a two panel, so we are comparing two contrasting elements. Okay, I'll talk about this more. So it's one of the powerful way of taking visual notes. Another way, using a line graph to visualize your concept, using a pie chart to visualize concept. Again, this pie chart is not a data visualization, but to represent an idea. Again, comparing two ideas, two contrasting ideas, perfection versus progress. Again, contrasting comparison, a big thing versus a small thing. Okay, so you can use such frameworks. I'm going to give you such frameworks, how you can use frameworks to take a quote from a book or an idea from a book and make visuals out of it using Canva or YVisuals, so that you can use it as part of your notes and learn better, understand better, and even make it a fun process. So that's the idea. Okay, are you all with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
thanks. Any impressions? Any impressions so far?
No. Still sweating.
The shapes idea is very good. So the different shapes that you represented, right? The Venn diagram, the pyramid, I think that came out very well. I'm just thinking how the quote thing will work out. So not very clear there.
Sure. We'll go into that. I'm just taking a pause now. So I'll actually show you a demo on how to like break a code and use a visual framework to do it. And thanks. I'll take one more impression, like any impression, like doubts, just like Himangini was asking. Is it even worthwhile to attend this workshop? Like you can give your impression. Is it making sense?
Yes, I think I was a little scared on. I had to draw. I was under the impression that I need to draw, and I was scared of it. So that's good that you cleared the air on that.
Yeah. And unfortunately, a lot of so-called visual thinkers learners, I mean, that's the thing that sells. So they want to teach draw. They'll teach sketch. Like nothing wrong in it. Each one has a way of doing it. I'm not an artist. I'm not a graphic designer. I just want to learn better. That's the point. So, yeah. Nitin, you have a point. Okay, fine. Yeah. Brilliant. Okay, one question. So before we start the next section, so please open Canva. So we'll be doing our visualization in Canva. Canva has brilliant visual library that we can simply use to take visual notes. We don't have to sit and design it. So that's one thing. And second thing is that if you have Canva Pro already, you can say yes. If you don't have Pro, can you say no on the chat if you guys don't mind? It is okay, free is okay, but if you have a pro, it just gives me a pro bro. Fantastic. Aniket is a pro. Thanks, Aniket. Anybody else having a pro? If you have a pro, say yes. Himangini, no, it's okay. No pro bro. Okay, Roshan. Okay. The reason is that I wanted to share, if you don't have a pro, if you are a teacher, if you have an NGO or a trust or something like that, you can actually get free. So it's free for teachers, it's free for educators, it's free for people who are running trust or part of the trust or something like that. And they give you very quickly or something like that. So please, if not, if you have a friend who is a teacher or something like that, ask them to create a shared workspace so that you can use it. It's not a big difference, but the point is that there are some premium elements you cannot download it. Okay, it'll show Canva bookmark or something like that. Otherwise, 60-70% it is okay. But if you want some visuals, some elements from Canva, it may not be available on this one. I believe everybody else has a pro version. Viniti has this. Ritika, do you guys already have a pro version or? Oh no, it's okay. Fine, it's okay. Just information for me. I'll know what to talk about. It's okay. Yeah. Fine. Let's play another game. Okay. I want to again trip you up on certain types of visuals and how to read visuals per se. Okay, the game is here where I give you the visual. Okay, there are no text elements in it, and you have to identify what quote or what idea it could represent. Given the fact that you guys read a lot of books, especially on personal development, business growth, and all those things, I'm sure you will be able to identify many of these ideas, concepts behind it. But let us see. Okay, let us test it out. Okay, the first test is this one. This is a visual I created approximately 6 months before. What do you think? What is the idea do you think I'm representing using this visual? I already gave you a clue. The clue is I made this 6 months before. So what do you think it represents? You can put it on the chat or you can voice it out loudly. As I said, there is no perfection. There's no right or wrong answer. It is just this one. A little by little, a little becomes a lot. Ah, fantastic, fantastic, Aniket. You're almost there. Any other ideas, any other suggestions? Feel free to type it or voice it out. Again, I'll tell you the clue again. The clue is I made 6 months before when the year started. And Sulekha already said this. Yeah, it's a New Year resolution. Sulekha, you're spot on. What do you think on the right hand side is?
Basically, I mean, when we start with the New Year resolution, there are plenty of things are there actually in the mind, and then we thought like, yes, I wanted to lose weight, I wanted to go for running, I want to read books, I want to get this year I want promotion, so I'll read technical stuff, and there are a lot of things there in the mind, but somehow uh I, even at the end of the January month also, you see that you are not able to progress any of this. Many a times it happens, but
Correct.
this is how you can build your habit a little by little. So at least you start. You, I mean, this diagram presented. I mean, you can try everything, but you will reach to the one that was the most desired one, and you have all the skills and everything is required for that particular habit.
Brilliant, brilliant. You're spot on, spot on. So please, everybody, guys, like give a round of applause for her, like a virtual round of applause. She's spot on. New Year resolution wouldn't immediately arrive. You have to build habits and systems and routines so that you can achieve those New Year resolutions. So break those New Year resolutions by creating habits to achieve those resolutions. You're spot on, Sulekha. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Let's go to the next one. You guys are already on it. Fantastic. This one. What do you think of this one? So there are two contrasting elements. It's actually a quote. It's a quote on planning, preparing, etc., etc. Very popular, cliched, in fact, quote. What do you think this is? If you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. That's about. Okay. I wanted to visualize this. It's more than for anything else. I wanted to visualize it so that I understand it better. So it's failing, and if you fail to prepare, you're preparing to actually fail. That's the idea. Exactly. It's one way of my. Uh, uh, I'm perceiving it in this way so that I can understand it better. I can comprehend it better. Now I'll not remember. I'll not forget this particular idea or concept. Okay, let's do one last one. Okay, I'm sure you guys would love this. What do you think this is? So there is an oval on this and there is a design on it. Okay, and I'll break this oval for you. Okay, this design is actually made of multiple such ovals. I just rearranged it. So what do you think this concept could be? Multitasking. Oh, sort of, but this is a positive message. Teamwork. You're there. I'm a little bit into a lot of personal development actually. Collaboration, teamwork. It seems like Viniti and Roshan are thinking very similarly. Okay, I'll give this. Okay, beauty is in the repetition. I'll repeat again. Beauty is in the repetition. Okay, a simple thing can be beautified if you put in the reps. Okay, habits, systems, etc., etc. Yeah, correct. Ritika, you're right. An ugly oval can be made into a beautiful design by compound effect, by repetition, by consistency. It's a brilliant thing, right? It's such a abstract thing. But even I become a child when I look at these visuals, when I create these visuals, because you can simple design, but such an abstract concept can be so powerfully, so impactfully conveyed. And this could actually become part of your visual notes. Think of that. How would that be? Okay. So that's the idea behind this visual. Okay. Now enough of talking. Okay. Thanks. That's remarkable creation of Canva. Yeah. So we are talking about very simple, minimalistic designs. We are not trying to become graphic designers. We are simply going to use simple, minimalistic visuals. And how can we use that to append our existing note-taking system so that we understand better, comprehend better, remember better. So that's the point of this entire workshop. Okay. So that's the thing. So as I said, let's actually get into mastering the tool, mastering the concept, mastering the process itself. Okay. So I am going to, somebody was asking like how to convert some concepts into visual, Sathya. Okay, let's go step by step. So I have a bunch of quotes, a bunch of ideas, and I'm going to try to visualize it. And for that I need your help. Okay, I want every one of you to open Canva. Okay, please open Canva. So I'm using a browser version of it, a desktop version of it. I believe most of you might have a browser version. Just open. Most probably it'll show like this. I can show like this. So here, search for Twitter post template. In the template column, search for Twitter post template. Okay, and it will show up this Twitter post. Basically, it's basically setting the dimension for a particular visual. Okay, I would prefer you to use a Twitter post template because it's a landscape mode. You can play around with it. It's easier, it's convenient. So please go there and click the Twitter post template, and it will show a lot of things. And you simply open a blank Twitter post template. Okay, and it looks like it simply looks like a PowerPoint. This one, nothing is there, nothing special is there. PowerPoint slide. So one slide, one visual per slide, and you can download each slide, etc., and name this. So Aniket's Visual Genius Workshop. Okay, so just name this if that makes sense. Can you guys open it? If you have opened this and created this file, can you say yes on the chat if you don't mind? I'll give you like 10-20 seconds. Obviously, Aniket is ready, Sulekha is ready, Roshan is ready. Fantastic, guys. Awesome. Deepthi is ready. Thank you, Deepthi. Ritika is also ready. Fantastic. I believe everyone is ready. In fact, you can do this on a mobile also. There's a mobile app. It's fantastic. The Canva app is fantastic. I recommend it to everybody. So yeah, fantastic. We are all ready. Let's do this. Okay, doing on a mobile app. It's fine, Roshan. In fact, it's fine. So I'm going to take this one concept here. Okay, a picture is worth 1,000 words. A picture is worth 1,000 words. I'm going to try to visualize this concept, this idea as a visual. Okay, so in Canva, so almost everything is on the left hand side. Okay, almost everything is on the left hand side. The first one is design. So design basically gives you templates. Lot of templates are there. So for example, if you search for events, it will show you the events template, and these are all editable. The color could be edited, the text could be edited, everything. And there is style element. Okay, the style is basically controlling the color, controlling the text, font types, etc. We are not going to be worried about that. What I'll be specifically talking about is elements. Okay, for example, elements, it's basically searching for an image on Google. Okay, let me for example search for gold. Okay, if you search for gold, it will show beautiful elements. And let us search another one. I love habits. Okay, let us search for habits. Very specifically, I don't want photographs. Okay, for this visual note taking, I prefer to use something called graphics. Okay, these are all this like 2D types images where you can control the many places. You can control the color of them, themes, etc, and all those things. There is also photos, there is also videos, there is also audio, there is also frames, etc. But here I'm more interested in this graphic. So that is what we are going to see. Okay, so here, then the other one that I wanted to show you is text. Okay, here you can add text. Okay, in fact, we are going to make a visual out for this particular concept. A picture is worth 1,000 words using a text. Okay. What do you think I'm going to do here? So I have a text. Are these graphics similar to word art in word art? It's actually a little more superior to it as is, far more superior. We can control the color of it far more fluidly than in Word or PowerPoint. So on the left hand side, I'm going to write it as 1. Okay, and I'm going to change the font. Okay, I'm going to change into a Poppins font. Okay, so that it shows this one. So I'm going to, as you can see, I can control the size of it. I can change and the size it changes, and I can also control the color of it. So I'm going to have it as red color here. Okay, so on the left hand side I'm having 1. What do you think on the right hand side I'll have? I'm going to have 1,000, of course. So one picture is worth 1,000 words. It's a simple rudimentary visual so that we get on speed. Okay, I'm going to change this color into something fancy, blue color. Okay, but I want to put something in between. So I want to have like a going to elements, and I'm going to search for equal. Equal will give me this equals to sign. Okay, and I'm going to select all. And can you see there will be this pink color thing, and it'll help you to navigate and align the text or elements or wherever it is. So I want to keep it centered vertically, centered horizontally. Simple. I created a visual for this code, a very simple visual code, very quickly, as simple as it is. Okay, that's all it is. It's a rudimentary thing, but let's get started. We should get started somewhere, right? Step by step we'll go. Okay. Now it's your turn. Can you guys create it on your Canva? First page. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Picture is worth 1,000 words. Can you create it? I'm going to give you like 30
Hi,
seconds. Hi, Aziz. Yeah.
Sathya. Yeah, Aziz. Yeah. Can you please repeat the template to be used? The free template. Was it Twitter?
Twitter post template. Yeah. It's basically landscape model. So it's just easier, convenient. There is also LinkedIn post, presentation, multiple templates are there. For our purpose, currently, we'll use the landscape thing. Last
Okay.
10 seconds. Yeah. Try it out, Aziz. Yeah. It doesn't matter which this one is that. I just wanted to make it a little more convenient. So, if anybody has tried it, can you just share screen and show your wonderful visual to us? Again, as I said, there's no right or wrong answer. Just go for it. It's a learning opportunity, and from you, there will also be more people who will learn from it. So if you are ready, don't feel shy. Just share your screen, share the Canva screen with us. Oh, Aniket just put this. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Yeah, Aniket, I'll actually challenge you to not to think in this manner and actually try to create it in this manner. One picture, 1,000 words. Can you try doing it? So what you have done is a literal interpretation of the idea. I don't want you to do that. So there is a reason I'll come back, come and tell. Try the same thing. 1 is equal to 1,000. Take a text, put it, search it, do exactly what I did. Anybody wants to show it to us? Pratika, Himagini, Suleka, Deepthi, Viniti, Aziz. Go for it, guys. There's nothing wrong. Don't make me call you out. So just share the screen. It's okay if you make a mistake. In fact, it's actually better if you made any mistakes because it's a learning opportunity and you would remember it better. So Deepti, you want to share your screen, yes, if you don't mind? You left me with no choice but to call you out.
Yeah, Satya, I just on the left, I see only add a text box, so it's adding a text box. Is there
Okay.
any other way to add only text? Or
Yeah, that's the point. Can you share the screen, Aziz? I can actually walk you through if that is okay with you.
actually, I've joined on the phone and I'm on the laptop
Oh,
where
it's
I'm
okay.
doing
It's okay.
it.
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
put a screenshot. One second, I'll put a
yeah,
screenshot.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That makes.
So yeah, add text is the way you can add, and you can type one. It'll type one. Then type 1,000. It'll type 1,000. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll just
yeah,
put a screenshot.
yeah. And the same things like control C is copy, control V is paste, and you can size it. All those things. Ah, Deepti, fantastic, Deepti, fantastic. 1 is equal to 1,000. That's great. That's great. Anybody else have tried it? Ritika, Himangani, Nitin, if you have done it on your app, Roshan, if you have done it, just post the screenshot if you guys don't mind, or take a photograph and
Yeah,
put it
doing
on.
it, answer.
Fantastic. It's as simple as it is. Okay, we don't have to. I wrote it simply, nothing fancy. But you can't escape like saying that, Ritika. We are here for visual note taking, so you may want to try it out at least for the fun of it. Exactly, that's the point. 1 is equal to 1,000. That's all is needed. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for sharing it. Now let's go to the next one. Okay. So equal to sign, you have to go and search for elements. Under elements, you have to search for equal. I'll show it to you. Again, I'll show it to you again. So you have to go to elements. It will not be in the text. It will not be in the text. It cannot. It is also in the text. So it's for example text. Here you can equals to as many equals. So there's a on the keyboard there is text. So this is also one way of doing it. Or go to elements, search for equal, and you will get an equal to sign. Okay, that's also another way of doing it. Okay, find them. Okay, so elements is the place. Elements is the place where you would spend 90% of the time searching for images, and they're all keyword annotated. So remember those PowerPoint days when we go to Google Image and search for Google Images so that we can make our PowerPoint presentation fancy. Instead of going to Google and searching for it, now we are sitting in Canva itself, and Canva has this well curated visual library, and we can simply using those visual library for professionally made clip arts, images, drawings for our presentation, for our visual. So that's what we are trying to do, and we are not even leaving the Canva ecosystem. We are sitting inside the ecosystem and doing it. Okay. Second one idea that I want to visualize is infographics. Infographics is a fancy word for visual. That's all. Okay, how should I visualize it? So what I have is that infographics is basically an amalgamation of two words. On one side, information. What do you think the other word is? One side is information. What is the other word? Yes, graphics. So in information and graphics combined together, they make infographics. So what is the visual framework? I'm thinking loudly. What is the visual framework that I can use to represent this idea? An amalgamation, coming together, an interjection. What is the visual that I can use it? Okay. Suleika, brilliant. Yeah. Venn diagram. Ritika, fantastic. Venn diagram. Exactly. Did anybody else think of Venn diagram also? So I'm going to simply search for Venn diagram on this one. Okay, brilliant. There are wonderful Venn diagrams that will show up, but very specifically I want Venn diagrams with 2 circles only, and it will most probably show only 2. Okay, and I'm going to choose this one because it's I am sort of a monochrome guy. I don't like too many colors, so I got a beautiful Venn diagram, and I'm going to give it a black color, and I'm going to place graphics here and information here, and the middle of it is infographics, right? The intersection of it is infographics. So I want to search for something called arrow. so that I can draw an arrow from the intersection to here. Okay, and I'm going to reduce the font so that it fits inside. I'm going to go for 24. So graphics also I'm going to go for 24 so that it fits inside. Information, graphics, the intersection of it is infographics. That is what we are learning today. Now, can you guys try? Now it's your turn. Okay, this is very easy. I'm going to give you only like 30 seconds. Okay. Try making Venn diagrams. Now, Venn diagram. Okay. Infographics, information, graphics. Can you make a Venn diagram now? Search for Venn diagram. Just make the same thing that I'm doing it, just for practice. Oh, welcome back, Zoom user, whoever you are. It's just in the middle of this section. Please try making this open Canva file and try making this this Venn diagram. Search for Venn diagram. Information on left hand side, graphics on right hand side. At the intersection, we have infographics. Can you guess?
Yeah, that user is me. Sathya,
Oh,
Aziz.
Aziz. Oh, Aziz. Okay, great. Welcome back. Can you try it? I'll give you 10 more seconds. If you've done it, just post it down. Any Venn diagrams yet? Suleka, Dipti, Aziz, Roshan. You just have to search for Venn, and you can pick whichever color type, and you, of course, you can change the color in many of those elements. So yeah. You can post a screenshot on this one, or you can share a screen. If you have any doubts, you can share the screen. I can walk you through. Oh, brilliant, Nitin. Thank you. Suleka, brilliant. Suleka, in Venn diagrams, my suggestion is that try to get a Venn diagram which has shaded interjections, so that the shading, the interjection is much more conspicuous. It's not conspicuous; it's more obvious. So I would suggest that, and name that interjection. So as they say, the sweet spot is in the middle. So you just have to do that. And Aziz has tried that. Aziz has used Aziz. If you can see the color is. You can change the color. You can try changing the color. Currently, by default, it is orangish color. You can change it to blue, like whatever color that you want. So it'll automatically.
Sure, right now.
I'm just giving suggestions. Again, we are not trying to become some graphic designers or something like that. But yeah. Infographics, fantastic. Yeah. Thank you. That's all, guys. It's that simple. That's simple. Let's go to the next one. Okay. Okay. Now I have this another visual. If you see, what I'm trying to do is that I'm taking a concept and trying to think through it visually, and there is always one particular keyword or something like that from that particular concept I'm trying to visualize. And here, similarly, 65% of people are visual thinkers and learners. This is the concept I want to represent, and the keyword here is 65%. I want to represent 65% in a visual, artistic manner. I believe most of you are visual designers, something like that. Immediately, you guys might have thought of pie chart, or even a line graph, amalgamated line graph or something like that. I wanted to try something called pictogram. Okay, and search for pictogram and go to something called charts. Okay, I'll show it to you first and I'll walk you through again. Pictogram, go to charts, and here you can see these are all data visualization elements. Okay, you can input data here. Okay, and pictogram is something like this. So there will be this human figure sketches, and you can change the human figures. Okay, you can change the houses. These are all controllable elements. Okay, I'm going back to the human figure itself. 65% of people. So it is human figure. It's talking about people. So I'm going to talk about this one. 65%. So that means I want the total element to be 100. So there is something called total elements here. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm going to click it again. It will show this one. Okay. Total element. I'm converting that into 100. Look at that. Okay. So I can change and control it. So I'm just elongating it. I can change it. Can you see? Control it. I can make it big, make it small. Anything I can do inside Canva. So for easy sake, I am doing a 20 by 5 and making it little bigger. So 20 by 5 is 100, right? So 20 by 5 kind of for this one. But still, is it 65%? No, I need 65%. So that means 65 people out of this 100 human figure should be colored. Can it be colored? Yes, you can color it also. You have to do here. So there is something below on the left hand side. Total item is 100. Fill items there is there. So here I will put 65. Look at that. The 65 elements are colored. But again, I don't like this color. I want to change the color. I want to put, yes, red color. And here I want to put something very mild, white color. That's all. Look at that. 65%. And I can also change that into red color. Can you see 65% in the word 65% have also I changed. And this one also I've changed. This is an infogram or a pictogram that Canva has. It's brilliant. It's really, really brilliant. So again, I'll tell you again how to do. Go to the elements, search for something called pictogram. And here on the top, you can scroll and go to charts and click this human figure thing. Okay, click this human figure thing and you can control it. Okay, can you guys try it? And using this, you can make brilliant such infographics. Brilliant such infographics. I'll give you again 30 seconds. Yes, Roshan, it's brilliant. It's amazing. I mean, the kind of things that you can do with Canva.
How did you repeat that? I missed that part.
Oh, sure. Aniket is already done. So go to elements, search for something called pictogram.
Yeah, that I copied. I have this image now. So how you make a multiple of it?
Who is this, may I ask?
Sulekha.
Sulekha, are you on your laptop? If you don't mind, can you
Yes.
share your screen? I can guide you through. That's much more.
Let me see whether I have I can't share my screen because host disabled participants to share the screen.
Yeah. Aniket, if you don't mind, can you allow? Yeah.
Sulekha, you can try now.
Okay.
Satya, a question here. I mean,
Yeah.
generally, I select only one icon, which is the human icon. If I want to duplicate that, there is an option of copy or there is an option of copy style. So which one to select?
I'll show you. I'll walk you through with Sulekha. You don't have to copy at all. Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I see the multiple ones has a pro on it, so I think maybe I have to take a pro version.
Oh, like that. Maybe.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure.
Yeah.
Yes, Satya, on the end, I cannot see where you edited the 100 or 65. Is it there in the pro version?
No,
Because
it is all. Maybe I'll show with Sulekha. Maybe I can show. Sulekha, can you share your screen?
I don't think so. I'm allowed to share something because my office laptop is not allowing me.
Oh, fine.
That's
Nitin or
okay.
Aziz, can you guys show it?
Because
It is there
that,
at the bottom. It's on the
after at the
laptop.
globe, Satya, after the globe, I am not able to see anything. Globe is the last symbol I can see.
So maybe minimize the screen on your browser. Zoom in. So my most probably browser would be 100%. Go to 80. So I think Ritika, it's on the Ritika. If you don't mind, can you share your screen? If your laptop allows it. Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Just give me a minute. I'll do that.
Yeah. It's always better if somebody else shares it. So yeah.
Can you guys see my screen?
It is started screen sharing. Brilliant. Yeah. Can you create can you add another page and do it for us again if you don't mind? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a new. No, sorry.
So that's a duplicate. It's duplicating.
Yeah, new page. So I click here.
And so you were right. It was not showing. What I did was I just zoomed out, control and zoom out. So then I could see all these options at the bottom. Sorry.
Yeah, type 100. Yeah. So Nitin, did you get it? It's at the bottom only. You just have to use the browser and that browser minimize it so that.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
Exactly. Can you try changing the color? You can
Yes.
also size of the entire thing. You can minimize it, Ritika. Can you see that round color thing? Round.
This one?
Not here. That is a.
Okay.
Here on the image itself. Can you see that wild purple border?
Yes.
At the edge of the border, can you see a circle?
Yeah.
That is to minimize. That is maximizing. Now try to make 20 by 5.
Okay.
You're almost there. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
That's then you can center a line also. You can center a line. I mean, you just have to.
I'll just try it.
Take your time. No.
Where is the center alignment button?
So if you move the element, just move it. Just try moving hither and thither. Can you see? So that means you are crossing the edge. Then bring it to the left. Bring it even left. Can you see?
Okay.
Then up and down. Can you do up and down?
Yeah.
Can you see? It is vertically and horizontally aligning. You don't have to be a designer to do Canva. In fact, Canva will make you a good designer because this alignment, this spatial thing, everything, Canva helps you to guide you. There will be these guidelines which will help you to like simply place that image appropriately. So like this. Nitin, I hope your doubt is cleared. Did you find?
Sathya.
Did you find it? Fantastic, fantastic, man.
I can do it.
Exactly. It's such a powerful tool, Canva. I mean, many of my graphic designers friends are like out of job because like your Facebook ads, your Twitter post, everything. You don't have to hire a graphic designer and this one Canva. Exactly, Aniket. And it's literally democratizing designing. And anybody can design. That's the idea. Of course, sophisticated designs you need a graphic designer, but the point is that we are making simple, minimalistic. Yeah, Suleika has made one visual. Thank you for sharing, Suleika. Brilliant.
Yeah, Satya, sorry to say that. Can you just repeat the multiplication of the elements once? I missed the part. Yeah.
Can you share your screen? This one, we'll use this as an option.
I'm just trying to log in, and maybe I cannot do it on the phone. I'm just trying to do it on the phone.
Okay, maybe I'll do the thing. So on here, if you click that element, you have to click the element to edit the element. So I've clicked the element. If you click it outside, it will not show. If I click the element on the left hand side, bottom.
Yeah, okay.
Total elements. Yeah. And you can also control it like this. You can do this on all those things.
Sure. Got it. Yeah. Thanks.
Fill items, you can do this. Okay. So it's always
Thank you, Satya.
Yeah, it's always a percentage. Yeah. Brilliant, guys. You're already becoming Canva pro users. So let's see. Now I want to show you an actual way of visualizing this one. Okay. Before that, a very, very short pause. We have another 15 minutes for the demo, then another 10-15 minutes for questions. So I'll quickly pause. How has it been so far? like a rain check. Fantastic, Nitin. It's brilliant. It looks like an American flag, but yeah, colorful, really colorful. Yeah. As is fantastic. As gives a thumbs up. How's it so far? You're enjoying it? Is it fun? Do you think you can make visual notes? Do you think you can impress Aniket by creating such visual notes as part of your book reading club? So far, it has been fun.
Surely, Satya. I mean, this is something I'm getting new learnings on weekend. I mean, I'm really happy to attend this workshop. Maybe I mean, I'll try to use this visuals even in my regular office works as well, presentation and all this stuff. This is also useful because every time I used to Google it, and I used to and then I was not able to edit it because those are Googled image and they have already their own text, so it was very difficult to modify. But with the Canva, I think we can do wonders in the presentation as well.
Exactly, definitely. And please try to get the promotion by impressing your boss with your Canva presentation. I really hope I do that. Yeah, there is a bit of an issue, differences between PPT and Canva. Again, you pick and choose. I these days I don't even use PowerPoint. So there is a presentation model in Canva where you can create the entire presentation in Canva and download it as a PPTX file. Okay, that is available. So that is available. Again, pick your poison, whichever works best for you, and choose it. Many times I found many of the friends, what they do is that they create a visual in Canva, download it as an image, and use it in their PowerPoint. Okay, you create your own image and use it. That's as simple as it is. So, yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant. I'll take one more impression. Anybody,
Yeah.
any questions, doubts?
Yeah. Satya, actually, just wanted to add, when we are doing a LinkedIn post, mostly we are trying to add images over there. So I believe this will definitely help us to add content. Yeah, just to customize, whatever you think. Like, for example, you gave addition of one of the icons and then multiplying it for the tagline. So we could have many number of possibilities to add here. Yeah,
Oh,
at
exactly.
least.
Yeah, very much. You can create LinkedIn carousel. So you made like
Yeah,
5 visuals, download it as a PDF and upload it on LinkedIn carousel. So you can search for
yeah.
LinkedIn post, LinkedIn carousel. It will give you that square. So LinkedIn takes square templates. So square you can use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Go for it. Go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, any other tips for LinkedIn, especially for the LinkedIn? You gave an example of carousel. Any other app or something where we can edit the post? Where, like, normally we just click on some small icons and add it to the LinkedIn post. Like that, the options are very limited for LinkedIn posts. So is there any application or something similar to Canva or
So
any other tool?
Canva or whatever it might be, you have to upload an image. So attach an image or a
Okay,
PDF. Yeah, that's the only way that you can do. There is no other.
okay.
I don't think in LinkedIn allows it.
Can you please repeat the question?
I said in LinkedIn we have very limited set of tools. Like we just add an image or a video or a GIF file. So is there any other tool available which where we can add content or change the font or include some graphics? Because the set of tools LinkedIn post has is very limited. I said.
Yeah, so everything is on
Yeah.
Canva. You make everything clear, and put it upload it over there. So I think when it comes to editing or creating anything, yeah, you cannot use the native applications where you're actually posting. So you can't use Instagram pictures, except for Reels. Like Instagram and one full blown on Reels. So in Reels, everything is incredible on Instagram. But everything else that you have to edit, create, happens on a different platform. And this is applicable for everything here. So if we're making a video, it gets edited on a Photoshop or Adobe Premiere Pro and then gets uploaded on YouTube. If you're making a poster, it gets made on Canva and gets uploaded on LinkedIn, Twitter, wherever. So you
Exactly.
don't do it on the native app.
Yeah.
Make it in Canva and upload it on LinkedIn. So that's the thing. I think
Yeah.
Ritika raised her hand. Like Ritika, you have a question?
Yeah. I actually, I mean, this concept was slightly new to me. So when you have this Twitter's template, right, or LinkedIn's template, how do you actually use them on Twitter or LinkedIn? I don't know that.
Yeah. So each social media allows a different type of image dimension. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you, for example, in olden days, like, so when you have to go to a graphic designer, the first question the graphic designer would ask is dimension. If you want to take a printout of a brochure or a wedding invitation, whatever it might be, 10 by 10, 10 inches, 10 inches. So it's very, very print oriented dimension. So similarly, in Twitter or LinkedIn or Instagram, on Instagram, previously, now they allow it. Previously, you can't upload an unsquared image. It needs to be a squared image only. Okay, it needs to be squared in whatever format. Okay, and that dimension, previously, if you are designing in Adobe Illustrator or something like that, you have to set the dimension before you design it. Okay, because it's a blank canvas, you have to set the frame. Here in Canva, they've even removed that thing. So what they have did is that the LinkedIn post dimension is available. So which is 1600 by something, I think. LinkedIn is 1200 into 1200. Instagram is 180 or 1080 into 1000. I don't know what the numbers mean. I'm not a graphic
But
designer.
got it. Like they have already set the
set the template. Presentation means presentation. Like a poster means poster. Infographic means infographic. So in fact, if you design a poster, you can download it and give it to Printify or printer or something like that. They will actually, the dimension is set. It's set for
Okay.
universal dimension. You can print it out. It will come in A4 sheet or something like that. So
Got
they've already set it. You don't have to think about it. So yeah. So
Thanks.
I'll go to the next presentation, next part of it. So let's do a demo. Okay. As you might have already guessed, I'm a big fan of James Clear and his book Atomic Habits. Aniket, have you guys did a review of the book already? I'm sure you've already done.
We've read it once.
Yeah.
Long time pending to have everyone reread it.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. So this is a brilliant quote, as always, often used and overused. So, James Clear is big on, he doesn't like goals, he likes systems. And this is a concept that I'm trying to visualize it now. So if it was a quote, it will be this one. But here I'm breaking that quote as this one. So what I'm doing is that goals, I'm highlighting it, I'm bolding it, if you can see, there is system. And what he's saying is that goals are good for setting directions, but systems are good in making progress. Okay. So these are the four concepts that he's hearing. So basically it's contrasting between goal and systems. How do I know it's a contrast? Because he's using the word but. Okay. This is you, me versus me, them versus they, before versus after, goals versus system. So that means the framework that I'm going to employ now here is something called a 2-panel or a T-chart framework. Okay, pro versus cons, positive versus negative, husband versus wife. So something like that. Okay, so I'm going to do that. So on the left hand side, what I'll have is that I'm going to text. Left hand side, what I'll have is that goals. On the right hand side, I'll have is okay, systems. So what James Clear is saying is that systems is better than goals. Okay. So in Element, I'm going to go and search for the word goal. That's a brilliant this one, goal. That's really nice. Then on systems, I'm going to search for again the word system. Okay. So the left hand side represents goals, the right hand side represents systems. Okay. And I'm aligning it properly. Is this a good visual? Yeah, it's okay. It sort of gets to the point and all those things. So, but we are not talking about mere literal representation of the concept. We want to have like a more in-depth way of representing this concept. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to delete this. So goals, systems, and I'm going to make it, I'm thinking loudly. So goals are good for setting direction. Okay, direction. But systems are setting in progress. So when I think of progress, what do I think? I think of like a growth, like upwards growth. Okay. So this for me is a representation of the system. But what does goal mean to me? Goal means there is no progress. It's only a definition of it. There is no action. Simply defining the goal doesn't get me the goal. So I'm thinking of like this. So it's actually roundabout, winded, and all those things. These are all the images conjuring up in my head. So that brings me to the idea of circle. Okay, I'm thinking of a circle. But circle, it is going here and there. So I'm going to not just create the circle, I'm going to hide the circle, and I'm going to create a circling into kind of an idea. So I'm going to search for the word arrowhead, search for the element arrowhead, and I'm going to and I'm doing this. So for me, goal is important. Yes, goal is important, but it is just a definition. It's just a definition. It's telling me what to do. It's not helping me grow. But on the other hand, system is what that unwinds the goal. Okay, so it's the same arrow which is. So I'm going to control control the width of the arrow here. So it's unwinding this goal and making it to linear and progressive and growing. So this is what systems does for me. It is good to have goals, exactly, but how will I make progress? How will I grow? It is by setting systems. It is by setting goals. So this is the visual that conveys this information for me much more in a punchy way, in a witty way, in an impactful way. Okay, and that is what visualizing. That's what I am trying to visualize it here. And this is one visual note that I'm going to have in my Atomic Habits book notes. What do you think? Any impressions, any thoughts?
I would say very powerful. I'm just adding my screenshot. I'm not able to do it on my laptop. Share my screen 1 second. I'll
Yeah,
just
you don't have to design this. I'm just showing you how to think. But yeah. But if you can, yeah. Thanks, Aziz, for sharing. Any other thoughts, you can share it. I'll do another one. Okay. Again,
So
yeah.
Sathya, I just took a pie chart, maybe not relevant to the context, but just trying to add it so that I can later on edit that and put it.
Definitely. Feel free, use it. I'm going to actually give you like frameworks on how to think of a visual to make notes out of the codes. So no worries. Whichever there is, as I said, there's no right or wrong answer. You're not trying to impress anybody. It should make impact for you first.
Yeah.
Okay. It should help you to understand the concept far better than otherwise. So that's the idea behind this entire exercise. Okay. Yeah. Can you just show it to us, the screenshot?
I pasted in the chat. Sorry, I mean the session is on my laptop. I can share. It's asking me to create a new register for the Zoom session.
Oh, it's okay. Let me actually go forward with it. Okay, I'm going to do another one. Okay, this is again another quote from it. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of the systems. Okay. Again, there are two concepts. It is, I think, I think in self-help and personal development history, there was a point where everybody was saying goals. I think James Clear read too many such books, and he really hates the people who talks about goals and goal setting or something like that. On the other hand, his book is about system building. His book is about habit building, right? So he's talking about you have your goal, that is good, but also have your system. So that is what he's talking about. And he has this quote of saying that you do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of the system. So these are the key words that I'm taking from this particular quote: rise and fall, up and down. So what does that mean? So this is conjuring up an image in me. Okay, rise and up, fall, ebb and so this gives me ebb and tide, ebb and flow. So this gives me an analogy of a tidal wave. Okay, again, I'm not going to design a tidal wave. I'm just simply going to search for a triangle, which is a rudimentary schematic representation of a rise, a trough. Let me convert this into black. Then I also want to have myself sitting on top of the right. Okay, and I'm converting this also into black so that it makes a little bit of design sense. So what he's saying is that you don't rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of the systems. To contrast, this is not right, this is right. Okay, this is how I am representing this quote. This is how I am trying to interpret this quote. This is how I am designing a concept for this quote. You don't have to design it now, but as I said, I'm just demoing you on how you can think visually, convert a content, a quote, an idea into visual with using very, very minimalistic, simple sketches, schematic sketches, and visualize it. What do you think of it?
We can represent this by one array, I mean, arrow going up and one arrow going down. Is
Oh,
that
that's even simpler.
also
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the point of it. It's not about my way is right, your way is right. How you are interpreting
exactly.
it. How you are interpreting it, and
Correct.
simple minimalistic. Roshan has done it. So goals means like this, but system is growth. Brilliant, Roshan. Rise and fall. Showbiz. Over you are. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Exactly. So whatever way that you want to interpret it, and it should make sense to you. Okay, that's the most important point of it, and that's the idea. That's the idea behind it. You can add, embellish it with images, embellish it with colors. You can put some person like Showbiz has done. This person falling down, racing up. That is your wherewithal. It's up to you to do it. So that's the idea behind it. Okay. Now, so there are a particular set of visual frameworks that you can think of creating visuals for. So I'm calling this as visual frameworks, and there are 7 different types of visual frameworks I have sort of curated. Again, this is my understanding. It is not hard and fast rules. I have curated from many places and try to make sense of these things for myself. Can you guys see my mind map? Visual frameworks. If you can see, say yes. I've shared the screen of visual frameworks. If you can see my visual frameworks mind map, put yes in the chat. Nitin is able to see it. Fantastic. Because I'm showing you another app. That is why I'm asking you. Yeah. So there are 7 different frameworks that you can think of it. Think of creating a visual for a code. First is circle maps. There are various types of circle maps. And one type that I want to talk to you about is mind mapping. Okay, it is called spider map, it is called bubble map. Almost it's very similar structurally. And what I have here is a mind map. So there is a central node and there are sub nodes, subtopics, and from that there are branching out. Okay, so that is a circle map. So this is one way of representing information. Okay, another way of representing information is comparison. Very specifically, I want to talk about something called t-chart. T-chart is T-chart is something that we did now. So T-chart is basically 2 panels. Okay, left hand side there is one element, right hand side another element. Pros, cons, positive, negative, before, after, them, me, this, that. So when you have 2 contrasting elements, you can basically use a T-chart to compare it. Basically 2 panels. You can put something on the left and put something on the right. That is the point of it. I'm not going to talk about other things. Then the next one is Venn diagram. Obviously, I think most of you must have familiar with Venn diagram. When it is an amalgamation of 2 topics, it's a Venn diagram. An amalgamation of 3 topics is a 3 Venn diagram. So you can use Venn diagram to visual plus thinking, visual thinking, visual plus learning, visual learning, visual plus note taking, visual note taking. So you can combine these 2 elements together and create a Venn diagram out of it. So the intersection is the key. This is a second way of creating a visual thing. The third way of doing is 2x2 grid. So Eisenhower matrix, priority matrix is an example. You must have also seen SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is basically a 2x2 grid. So that is another way of representing information visually. Okay. Then hierarchy. You guys must have been already familiar with it. Pyramid. We just now saw Maslow's hierarchy. So you can have 3-level hierarchy, 5-level hierarchy. So that an alternating pyramid is another one thing. Organogram. You must have seen organogram. There is CEO, the boss at the top. Then there are mini bosses, then mini bosses, mini bosses. Then at the bottom you are there, I am there, something like that. So hierarchy or something like that. So that's another way of representing information. And I believe most of your project managers or something like that, you must have done enough process maps, right? There are steps process map, there is cycles, okay? Plan, do, review, that is a cycle. Flow charts, timelines, 1990 it was there, 2000 it was there, 2010 it was there. So it's a timeline basically. That's another visual way of representing information. Any type of data visualization will fall under this. We just saw infograms. Infograms is another word for pictograms. So that is what we can do. That's 65% visual thinker. And metaphor is that you use some kind of a metaphor, like an iceberg or something like that, to represent information. I'm not big on this. I don't use that much often. I'm not an expert in that, but that's another way of representing information. So this is a 7 different way of representing information that you can use. Okay, this is one way of looking at it. What I have done is that I'll take last 2 minutes, if 2 to 3 minutes, to share something interesting with you guys. So what I have done is that I have created, just a second. I have created an app called YVisuals with a friend of mine called Lee Hills. So he's based out from UK. So what we have basically done is that we have taken all these frameworks and put these frameworks in a templatized library. Okay, and these are all editable frameworks. You can edit the content here. So everything is there. And as usual, let us take a Venn diagram. A Venn diagram is here. I'll show you how to do this. Go to Venn diagram. Okay, and you can see here. So these texts are editable. On the left hand side, if you see, I can change this. So Aniket's community, book lovers, serious learners. And if I change this, can you see, if I edit here, it changes here. And this is made for Aniket. Okay. So that's all. If you edit it, it'll automatically populate. Not only this, you can also change the color. Aniket, you have a favorite color? You have a favorite color, Aniket? I can change that to any favorite color. So it's basically has a favorite color.
Yeah, I think I tend towards blue.
Blue. Okay. I got like this dark blue. And you can also change, like invert the element color. So there is a black and white. And you can change the text color also. So I'm going to change the text color to white. How does that look? As simple as it is. And you can download this visual and put it this one. And you can select another visual. And there are multiple visuals here. You can change the color as per this one. A funnel is there, a bar chart is there, a leverage diagram is there, a growth diagram is there. So this in Canva, you have to search for it. Here we have already templatized it and kept it. And you can do this. Okay. And I'll give you the link to it. Yes. YVisual, I wish YVisual is free, but it is not free. You can have 5 downloads, the 5 downloads for free, but we have all become such good friends, close friends, and you have been here for past one and a half hours of my session. So I'm giving you a code called 30 visuals. And if you go to log into YVisual, inside it, there is a button called 30 visuals button. If you click it, it'll ask you for a code. If you do this code, you will have unlimited visual downloads for the next month. so you can use it.
Sathya, a question? Maybe
yeah.
a silly one.
Yeah, please.
Just you just represented one of the canvases, right? So can we choose the outline of the canvas? Maybe a circle or oval. Is that possible? The one
in YVisual app?
Yeah.
No, you cannot.
Yes.
The element is fixed. The element is fixed. You can only change the content. In Canva, you have to do. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yeah, Nitin, Ritika, please try this out and let us know what you have done. And I'm not sure. So I thought it'll be a surprise. Another thing is that I also want to convert this into like a bit of a context. And if you guys are up for it, you can do this. So I'm actually doing a 30 days visual challenge, and you can use YVisuals to do this. And what you have to do is that on our WhatsApp group or on Twitter or this one visual per day, 30 days you have to post for any book notes, highlights that you have, and hashtag it as 30 visuals. Okay. And at the end of the 1 month, what Aniket is going to do is that Aniket is going to select 5 best top users who have posted it consistently and made really good visuals. And we are going to give those 5 people free Visual Pro YVisual account for an entire year. How does that sound, Aniket? It was a surprise to Aniket. I didn't want to share it with him earlier, but
Dude, you're crazy.
yeah. I mean, I love this, man. Like, as you said this, like, I become a child when I create such visuals. It has been such a powerful way of learning for me, and you guys are all learning, book lovers and learners just like me. And yeah, mind mapping is one form of visuals. Okay, so it's not an alien thing. So we can do this 30 days of visual challenge and start creating visuals. And I see already people are doing it. A few of them are doing it, but I wish more and more people do. Yeah.
That's very generous of you. Thanks, Sathya.
Oh yeah, I'll be very even more happy if you guys start posting it on social media and on WhatsApp groups. If you're not on social media, it'll be really nice. And once you can download that image and save it in your Notion document or Evernote, wherever you're taking notes. Because the beauty of this visual notes is that, like, you can use this visual note and you can always come back to it, right? Like, that's the idea behind it. And yeah. So yeah. Shahid? Yeah, Shahid. Yeah. You wanted to say something? Shahida Basha. Any questions, any doubts? We are at the end of the session. Any impressions, any suggestions, any feedback, questions, anything goes. Shall we wrap it up, Aniket? You can ask for suggestions or something like that.
Yeah, so we are nearly there. It's 1:27, so we'll conclude at 1:30. One question I do have for everyone is, how was this session? And the thing is, you already shared with your reaction, with your action. How was this session? I'm pretty well mind blown on what Satya is offering, and you're going to recycle our mind map challenge. It's more of a silent group which Satya has been keeping and sharing. So we'll be recycling it to 30-day visual challenge. Satya has already given a very surprising offer, which is if just 5 of them remain active and they are very just sharing their creation, whether it's from Canva, whether it's from YVisuals. He has not set an obligation to any one of you, right? So if you do this, and you can get an entire year of access. And sometimes, believe it or not, sometimes templates are incredibly helpful. Okay, I'll tell you, when we are creating something, and we often hit a roadblock. And sometimes, if you have an access to a templatized website, that roadblock gets broken. You can go back to Canva and design something on your own because of that template. Sometimes, many times, in fact, I have been realizing when you are short on time, when you're slow on, mental energy, you just want to get yourself moving. Templates help. So to YVisuals, he's giving you 30 days of free downloads across the site. That is crazy. 5 of you could get access of it. And at this point of time, we've got 9 other participants, so 7 other participants. If 7 of you, okay, out of 7 of you, if 5 of you remain very active, great. If all 7 of you remain very active, I'm gonna tell Satya that let's get 2 more here. I'm gonna pay for them. I'm gonna sponsor them. 10 of them go there. The thing is, as he shared at the start, you remember the context, the information you learned by reading a lot better if you visualize. That is the end goal here. The end goal is not to become a content creator. The end goal is not to become the visual guru, the next one there. The end goal is you learn better. And perhaps when you learn better, you're going to share the same information out there and become true ambassadors of reading. And that is what we want at the end of the day. So do me one favor. We have the Readers Club there. 7 of you, you've attended this for the last 90 minutes. Share your feedback. Share your quick short review. I'm going to obviously share the screenshots, of course, to Satya. But what your feedback and suggestion is going to do is the remaining 110 people who could not join in for very, very reasons. Some are not. Most of them are may perhaps not interested either. Your 7 feedbacks are going to make them watch this video. And they should watch this video because as Canva has democratized designing, Satya has made Canva democratic by making it accessible for everyone. Okay, it is that easy. I've been using Canva for 4 years and I've been wowed by like so obvious features which are out there in front of your eyes and I'm not using it. And Satya, thank you for challenging me because that I've been using a shortcut of putting an image itself and you can go beyond and do the next order thinking. So I hope 7 of you, just one small request, please put there because remaining maybe 7, remaining 14, remaining 21 readers out there in the Readers Club will watch the recording based on your feedback. And I'm pretty certain I'm going to get Satya back. Okay. So if any one of you wants Satya to do some more workshops with us, DM me. Okay. What is it your wish list? What is it that you want to learn next from Satya? And Satya and I will get together on call later this week, the upcoming week, and see where do we take this because I am pretty certain that this is not the end of the two-part workshops. Last year, same time, same date, we were doing a Readers Annual Summit number 3. Satya came and delivered a 20-minute mind map session, and then we have built on it by doing a full-fledged part 1. Part 2 is on Canva, and I'm already blown by the entirety of this Canva session. We should do a standalone session on Canva somewhere down the line as well. So, your task is simple, straightforward. Get going. I'm going to recycle the mind map challenge group into a visual group. I'm also going to share the link on the Readers Club so that more people can join. Start making visuals one at a time, as Nitin has already begun doing that. So, yeah, that's simple. Anyone who would like to share anything, go ahead and do so. Nitin, that's a brilliant visual there. Wow. Satya, you already have a testimony here. So,
Oh, thank you.
yeah. Satya, can you please share the link again of your YVisuals app and your code as well again on the chat? So if in case someone has not signed up yet but wishes to do so, I'll also share it on the Readers Club right after this.
Yeah, please, yeah.
And Satya, you can share this also on the Mind Map Challenge group. Let me rebrand it as we speak to the 30-day visual challenge. Okay.
Will mind maps be a part of this? Like, can mind map be counted as a visual?
Oh, it is. It is the first type of the visual, circle maps.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. No. Again, the point is that not to be attached to one particular type of visual representation. So I've done that mistake. So we all would have our favorites. So mine is, by the way, is Venn diagrams. So if you haven't, yeah.
Okay, I've already done that. So all of you readers, if you've not joined in on the group, let me also real time. I'm becoming a fan of doing things real time, even if it becomes sometimes awkward. Join in now. Okay. So those who are not in there yet, I've just shared the link on WhatsApp on our Readers Club. So you can immediately access and join the 30-day visual challenge group. We begin from tomorrow. As Satya shared, you go ahead and share it on Twitter or LinkedIn because he's active on these two platforms. If you don't wish to do so that because maybe you're hesitant, which needless, you should not be because when we throw things out there, we really don't really know. I just threw that baby chart out there because of recent experiences I've had. And those two laughter emojis have given all the inspiration I need to throw it on LinkedIn somewhere on a upcoming Saturday, Sunday. So yeah, that's where your random experiments could end up becoming something like a clue that you follow and say, what next can I do with this? So do so on social media. If not, you can share it on the WhatsApp group itself. Okay. And when you do so, maybe Satya can give such a legendary input like he did for me real time. And you also how he himself encouraged me to go for the next lot of thinking. I'm personally quite proud of the next chapter that I drew. It took some effort. A picture is worth 1,000 words. It took some effort on Canva, but I was able to do it. So yeah, when you do it, you really get the hang of it. So all of you, thank you very much for joining in. Satya, any last information you would like to share before we call it a day, call it a Sunday?
Oh, No, thank you, Aniket. Thank you for hosting this, bringing this community together, and really appreciate you doing this. And that's for that. And I believe all of us are getting hungry now after.
Yeah, I just remembered the second issue that I
Screenshot.
have.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take some photographs right now because I forget the recording and the photographs.
Okay.
So yeah, Roshan, Deepti, Shobit, Sulekha, and Nitin, if you can just briefly switch on your camera, we can have a full grid of 9 readers, all in a nice Sunday afternoon, almost hungry or for lunch or breakfast, uh, waiting to get out of the Zoom session or being scolded to get out of the Zoom session. Okay, while the others join, like switch on the cameras, let me start taking some screenshots. Okay, so keep smiling, keep smiling. Okay, keep looking on the camera. I'll take multiple shots so that I can take the best out of it. Uh, keep smiling. Okay, even if it feels like forced. Remember your marriage day. Okay, when you have to keep laughing for 3 years, smiling for 3 hours. Oh, okay. I think I've got the best shot out there. And Nitin has just switched on his camera. So now we'll keep smiling, keep smiling, keep smiling. We'll have a good grid. Right. Yeah, I think I've got good enough. But one more. Ah, okay. That's it. We've got
Yeah.
the photographs as many as I could. Maybe I could create it on Canva itself and create a collage out of it. Um, but yeah, thank you so much for joining in. At this point of time, the workshops will take a small pause. Maybe somewhere we'll come back in the month of July, towards the end of July, with the read better, faster, smarter, 7 by 12. I think 6 by 12 is pending, but I'm gonna find a way to create a video itself and do it as a uh, standalone video rather than doing a workshop. We'll come back in July later of it, and maybe Satya and I will discuss and see what needs to be done next. But if there's any request, any wish list, DM it across to me. We can ruminate over it. If the request for me to get someone else as well, let me know. Don't say Ankor Wariko, not happening, never. So anyone who I know perhaps I can get, I will. But definitely I'm going to get Satya back, whether you give me suggestion or not. So Satya and I will discuss. So that's it. Happy creation. Join into the 30-day visual challenge because there's a great like 5 people can get that out. And if there are 7, I'm gonna sponsor for both of them as well. And if there are 9, so you can follow the math there. So a great outcome could be achieved by a year from now with just the power of content which is being visualized. So your reading can really hit new levels, stratospheric. So happy creation. Thank you very much, Satya, for like incredible session. I usually don't watch the recordings of my session because I've already attended them once. But this one is something I'm gonna watch all
Oh,
over
great.
again. So this is really the first recording I've watched entirely ever since Zoom came in. So and that's perhaps because you were so straightforward, deep, and provoked a lot of times. So thank you very
Oh, great.
much for
Thank
a
you. Thank
brilliant
you.
session.
Yeah. Thank you.
And everyone, thank you so much for being such a patient audience, staying for 1.5 hours. I know all of your stomachs are hungry, so I won't take you all for another for like let's go all and have food for our stomach and then think about it while you eat so that this session remains up in your head. If there's some content that strikes you, create right away. Don't wait for a month. Okay. Thank you so much,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Satya. Thank you,
Bye.
Thank
Aniket.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Aziz.
you.
Thank you, Deepti.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you, Nitin. Really appreciate it.